Right now it's 7:02. Let's get a check of your travel times. We are seeing slowdowns starting to build a little bit more on our inbound expressways. The inbound Kennedy, 47 minutes of downtown, 48 on the inbound Eisenhower. And now we want to go to this. Right now in the last hour, we've seen a protest escalating here outside this immigration processing facility in Broadview. You're seeing video here of agents dragging protesters who've been out here in the west suburbs since 5 this morning. We've also seen people being thrown to the ground. You could see scuffle happening here as they are out there protesting the federal immigration crackdown. Let's go to Darius Johnson, who's been live there for the last few hours. Darius, what are you seeing there, and how did this escalate from a peaceful protest to people being dragged there in the street?
I mean, things can quickly change in a matter of seconds, Audrina. Basically, these protesters are essentially holding a line using their bodies to prevent any vehicles from getting in and out of this facility. At one point, when you all spoke to us at 6 a.m., a vehicle had tried to come out. That vehicle had backed back up to go back into the parking lot because it couldn't get out because of those protesters. And then once the vehicle tried to come back out, that vehicle was then surrounded by agents who had pepper ball guns, and started to deploy that while dragging those protesters in that video that you all were just able to see there. Take a look at some of the video that we also captured within the last 45 minutes to an hour. You saw it ended with that protester being taken inside the facility. Since then, they have been calling for that protester to be released. Now you're taking a look at video from last Friday when protesters faced off with heavily armed agents in military gear. That's the same thing they're dealing with this morning. Last week, some were dragged while holding a line as well to block ICE agents. Others were hit by chemical agents and rubber bullets or pepper bullets. Now, protesters say that they are here to oppose Operation Midway Blitz, which is a federal crackdown currently being carried out by the Trump administration, which has now resulted in nearly 300 arrests since September 6. Just last Friday in Franklin Park, Silvero Gonzalez was shot and killed by ICE agents as they tried to take him into custody for what they call a criminal history of reckless driving. Because of that, we can expect a larger presence from protesters today. And to add more fuel to this tension, DHS Secretary Kristi Noem continues to try to make her presence known, which is only creating more anger amongst local and state leaders. Back out here live this morning, we was able to speak to a person within the last 30 minutes who was also pushed to the ground by ICE agents. We spoke to this person who is here as an individual person today. However, she is running for Congress as well. We're going to try to get that sound to you within the next hour so you can hear from her, basically saying that she will continue to be pushed down many times just to be able to stand up and fight for her neighbors and for that protester, her friend, who is inside right now. Now, organizers say this demonstration that's expected to start at 7, which was 5 minutes ago, but yet it started at about 5 o'clock. They say this will go on until 9, and then they will have a second round of protests, which will happen at about 6 o'clock this evening. They are expecting people to continue to show up, continue to show out, and continue to speak on behalf of people who they call their family, their friends, and their neighbors. We're live here in Broadview this morning. I'm Darius Johnson, CBS News Chicago.
All right, Darius, thank you for that. We're going to check back in with you in just a bit to see how things are going out there and see if that person is released.